Hey YouTube, it's your girl, Nosy Gang, and I know y'all probably wondering where the hell have you been and why the hell have you not uploaded? Or is it just me? No, I don't know. If you guys have been wondering, y'all, y'all, I'm just just irritated. It just has been like a bad week. Like someone hacked my Facebook, and then the night I worked, I remember Wicked had texted me and she told me that, Crier was on the panel or whatnot. And, I was like, I went to see and then I had to get off because I still was doing my shift. And so when it was towards the end of the shift, I guess, our boss or whatnot, he had called a group meeting. And, before we left, because it's some that get off at 9:30, but it's a few of us that leave at 10 and 10:30. So around 10, he called us in a group meeting and he was like, hey, I guess they had a couple call outs and he was like, is there anyone willing to do, 11 to 5 a.m. around that time frame? Because I guess the call outs with the volumes of the calls, I guess they needed a few people and I guess a couple of team leads got into a group chat or whatever. And so it was me and this other girl, Alex. Well, I call her Alex, but her name's Alexandria. We agreed to do. I'm like, shoot, why not get some extra money? Plus, I decided not to work on Christmas Day, and now knowing what happened, I wish I should have, to get some extra coins because now I only got half of my holiday pay. Instead, I could have got 16 hours. But, and I was thinking, I ain't doing shit on Christmas anyway, just gonna get the gifts and then what? That's it, because it's mainly about the kids. Anyway, so when we agreed, he was like, okay, so when you guys clock out, take your 30-minute, little 30-minute break. And then once you come back in, you just come back in and clock in at 11. So, when we clocked out, I had my phone in my back pocket. And so, I was going to the bathroom. And usually I take out my phone and look at whatever, but I had my phone in my back pocket. So, I realized I had it, but I had my last call was at like 10:40. So I'm like, damn, I ain't got nothing but like 20 minutes. I could just use the bathroom, give me a damn snack, and then it's time to go back in, right? So while using the bathroom, after you take care of everything, you go to pull your pants up. So when I go to pull my pants up, I'm forgetting that my phone is in my back pocket. So when I yanked up, the phone flipped, fell in the mother freaking toilet. Fell in the fucking toilet. Oh my god. And one thing about me, I can't keep a phone. That's why I'm not getting no iPhone and all that other shit. But I love my Samsungs, you feel me? But I can't keep a phone. It's like I ain't even had the phone for damn near 6 months. And then I'm one that don't get no damn screen protector, don't get no case. So I'm prone to drop my phone like all the time, and I got major fucking. You know how you got cracks here and cracks there. I'm like, shit, I'll ride it till the wheels fall off. I ain't that pressed to have no damn phone. You know what I'm saying? I ain't doing nothing but talking text, and I really don't talk to a lot of people. Man, I was just so freaking hot because I'm like, damn. And then the thing is, I spent my money, getting gifts and all that. So it's like what we got paid before Christmas. My shit was already down because, you got bills. And then I said, I don't care if I go broke just as long as I know I got gifts out the way because last year I wasn't able to. Even though I was working and all that, it was hard during that pandemic. And then, stressful because why? I was like one of them abusing because we didn't have to pay. You know how they was giving y'all, those extensions and all that. So I was like, shit, let me ride the wave, not knowing I should have just took care of responsibility because why? When it's time to collect and your bills start piling up. So yeah, I wasn't able to do nothing last year because of that. So I said this year I want to be able to get my sister something and my immediate family and all that, just be able to have something to do. And on top of, paying my bills. And with the phone shit, I said, ugh, oh my fucking God. I'm just so fucking hot. So I'm just still irritated about it because thinking about it, you know what I'm saying? So then I wasn't able, well, I use, my people's phone or whatnot to call and, wish Merry Christmas and all that. But I wasn't able to talk to anyone. And then I had a video that I was gonna put out, about, with Erica and Creole Bay, and we was gonna do like the phases of the reason why Erica, you know, is there a reason behind what Erica does, like the recording and all that, like going through the phases and see why maybe she may have to do that, maybe she had to fend for herself, and or do y'all think it's just cause she wanted exposed? I mean, I don't know, but I was, I had a video where I was detailing, like, we don't know what she been through to be saying certain things, but then we still need to call her out because she know it's wrong and you don't bring stuff to the public, and you got the public viewing you in a certain way, but you could be this different person that we don't know of, but still we go by what we see. And, I mean, I had a long video because I was detailing, like, we all had got mad before, never brought it to the YouTube platform, but, many of us got mad and bashed our ex on Facebook or bashed someone on Facebook and got the public, tapped in and outside looking in and having their own views and opinions because they don't understand what we're going through, right? I had that video of that, and because I use like this audio recorder thing, and I just upload it, and I was just so ill. I was like, man, because I had like two videos I done, and then it's like I forgot what I said, so I'm gonna have to go back and redo that, and that was just on my phone, and then the shit went back to work, and I tried to write strict or whatnot, but it seemed like every time I would get like my little 15 minute, I go check on the phone and try to cut it on. You'll see the light, but the screen is just blank. And it's like I can't see. I don't know if anyone called me. I don't know if, we could try to call or if we could try to text because I know I sent her a text message, and then after that I went to use the bathroom and all that, and then the shit happened and I was just upset after that. I'm glad I didn't receive nothing but like two calls because I swear I would have took my anger out on that, even though, you shouldn't bring your problems to work. But I was just so fucking upset. Because I'm like, damn, why this shit gotta happen right before the holidays and right after I done spent my damn money or whatnot. So luckily, my mom gave me cash for Christmas, so I had to go through the insurance thing, and I was able to call and get a replacement. But they warned me, like, hey, well, we can't do the next business day because it's the holidays, and basically the deliveries could be backed up. So now it's officially Monday, and I'm waiting to see is my motherfucking phone gonna come today, because being without a phone, and then what's crazy is we have to have our phone for like the job because we have to go to this authenticator app, enter in a code to be able to log into our systems, and I hate having to do the email thing because then you have to wait about 5 minutes, keep refreshing to see, and I'm like, man, this shit's gonna make me fucking late. Whereas with my phone I could just go in there, put my passcode in, boom, there's the code. So overall, I'm grateful to be here and be alive, but I'm just irritated because I had videos. I didn't even want to go live, and then I'm like, damn, my material is fucked up, and I try to go in on the computer. I don't know how to post because when I do community posts, I usually do it from my phone. I don't know how to work the you know, YouTube studio that well or on YouTube to post from communities. That's why when I did the video with the StreamYard, I did the record only thing. But I said, you know what? I was just upset, didn't feel like messing with it because I'm like, man, my material that I had to go out was all in there. So now I'm gonna have to redo the video. And when you do your video the first time, you get everything you want to say out the first time, but then the second time you try to remember what you said. So many days done passed by. I'm like, I don't even know what I said. But y'all, I done spent 10 minutes talking. I had to vent for a second. I had to vent. But y'all, it's a lot. A lot of shit that I seen done went down that we definitely gotta discuss. For one, ooh, I just want to put it out there. I don't know why Gangsta Moji think Erica is somehow behind the situation. She is not behind the situation at all. That's the crazy thing. I was watching Cryer's reaction video, and he said something about, he texts Cryer and he was like, Erica, because Erica ruined me. How did Erica ruin you? How? Did Erica make a video playing any recordings? No. Did Erica, make a post saying, "Oh, y'all, it's some stuff I found out, and he better stop talking about me and stop saying what he gonna expose about me before I expose what he really is." Hint, hint. He need to stay away from kids. Did she do anything like that? No. Like I said, a source person came to me in an email and said, do you ever wonder why he hides behind the emoji? But first they said something like, oh, they fucked me over on the giveaway. I should have won. I should have been the caller or some mess like that. And I'm like, huh? Because I know he does giveaways, but I don't really get into that. I just be happy for who win because it's like, I feel like they already know who they gonna give their giveaways to or whatever, so I just don't even bother with it. But they said something about some giveaway thing. Then it was like, you ever wonder why, he hides behind that emoji because he's hiding secrets. And I'm like, well, I think that's just his moniker. I think that's what he want to do. It's something different. But then, as I kept, looking at videos and all that, and they was like, look, gave me the name, I guess so and so gave me the name, and then I'm like, is that really his name or whatever? So I search it up, and I remember his wife name is Nicole or whatnot. So I thought, because when they said the last name and all that, I'm searching up, the wife's name or whatnot, and they send me like a screenshot of like her name and her birthday or some mess like that. So I go type it in, and it doesn't show as his last name, but she has a different last name. So then when I go to the potential relatives, I see that, his name and her name with the same address. And when I looked at the birth year, I said, Now, when I searched it up, it had 1970. So I said, okay. I know against the videos, he said that him and Cryer is around the same age because he stated that was his favorite YouTuber. So I said, okay, this got to be him. I mean, he's stated he's in New Mexico, right? The address states New Mexico. And, now the one thing with the city, before I get into it, Cryer, he's not Mr. Albuquerque. That's where his charges is. His city, let's just say, his city is different. That's different. I'm not gonna, put that out there because people may, dig deeper or whatever. But I could just do a riddle. Let's just say, met a girl named Rio. She's very ratchet, so I call her Rio Rancho. If anyone can get the riddle, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, let's go. Let's just skip along. Y'all can tell I ain't did no videos in a long time because it's like, losing my train of thought. But anyway, so then, I'm nosy. So what I go do, I sit up there. I'm like, okay, so he said he been in jail like Cryer. And it was like, find out why he hides behind the emoji. So when they gave me the name and all, and I searched, and I'm like, okay, this has to be him. I mean, the wife, and it's showing the potential relatives, and I know his son or whatever. So when you look, it shows the number, it shows everything. I'm just gonna be honest, down to your government ID. So, but I'm not trying to, get all that. If I want I ain't into all that. That's too much personal information, right? So he even got it down to the kids, where and I think the wife got a phone for the kid for one of her teenage sons or whatnot because it showed his name with a separate phone number. So it has all their phone numbers listed and all that, what could be current or whatnot. But anyways, so I go to look up the records or whatnot, and I see only one person under that name out of New Mexico. Well, actually, it's two people because it had me confused. But when you get the difference, one has the full name spelled out, and then the other one's like a nickname. And I knew the other one couldn't be him because the guy was way younger. So I know the other guy had to be him because of the birth year. So I looked at the picture, then I go look at YouTube because I was like, okay, I'm not about to sit up here and just, you know, put something out there that I don't know is the truth or not because we don't even know what he looked because we don't even know what he looked like or anything like that. So I said, nah, I just don't want to put something out there and then I end up being wrong and everybody go, oh my God, why you do that man like that? Why you put all this shit out like that? So I just took a pause on it. So, I talked to an affiliate of him and just to confirm sources, and I was just like, is his name so and so? I didn't say the last name or anything like that. And the person was like, well, yeah, he said his name in chat. And I said, okay, well, I don't watch the I do watch it, but I don't watch it like that, when I can. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I was just making sure. So then, you know, we talked and all that, and I didn't get into details with the conversation, but basically, the person was like, I don't think it's him, and if that was his, record or whatnot, I wouldn't be affiliated, I wouldn't even be subscribed or even have myself connected with him. So I'm like, well, I don't know, it's just something, weird that's, it's not right about something. So then when I talked to Wicked on the phone, she also stated when she had her panel that someone came to her and stated that they knew him and knew the family and all that. So when we talked, I guess at the time her source she had gave the wrong name because I kept saying no. I looked it up in our system and I know our system is not gonna lie because that's how we verify, our card holders and find out if they're the real person because it provides the current Addy along with a current possible listing number and along with a government, like I said. So, but it's locked. You have to kind of hit the unlock thing and enter in the code if you want to see their government to verify as them and have them repeat their, SSN. But, I won't going through all that because why the system monitors that if you know what I'm saying? Well, anyways, so I was like, well, can you just find out if his name is that? Because I really think it's that because his wife, her name is not his last name. I think she still has her maiden name. But how people just like, that's my wife or that's my husband if you've been together for a while. So we talked and all that, then got off. But I just felt like, I said, because the source was like, we know his mama, the nickname, said that what they call the mama and all that. And I was just like, I don't think that's his name, I don't think his name is, Timothy. Well, anyway, so I go digging and I remember it was one video I watched a while back, and it was his house tour video. Of course, he took his channel down. I guess he's not doing YouTube anymore. But y'all, I kept trying to dig in because I knew in one of those videos of the house tour, I don't know if it was part one or part two, but I remember he had a quick glimpse of when he put his camera down and then he hurried up and picked it up, but it was just a quick, like, 1 2 second shot of the face, and you have to really pause to get that second because once it moves, that's it. So when I came across the first clip, I seen when he said the baby picture, and he was like, that's me right there, that's my sister, that's my little brother, and that was his mom. And I looked at him and I looked at the picture and I was like, okay, the nose. I was looking at the nose. Because that's a baby picture, you grow up and you get into another look, but you still got your features as a child. But, as you get older, your features change a little bit. So I kept looking at the nose, and so then I was like, but then on the other part of that same video in the beginning, it's at the 9:58 mark. Even though the video is down, I wish it was still up so you guys could go see. But I mean, it's already out now, but I'm just saying. So then I went to the 9:58 mark and paused and then looked at the mugshot, looked back at the YouTube video, and I said, So then in the 10-minute mark, it's like at the 10:05, 10:06 mark when he puts it down. I think he take off his shirt or whatever he does. But he picks up the camera and out the corner, the right top corner, you can see the face. And I paused it. And then I looked at the lips and look. I said, oh man, that looks like that, that's him, And then I looked at the body frame because I seen a quick snapshot, but before I went looking into that, I seen like him sitting down and I'm picturing the body frame and his head sitting on top of that body frame. And I'm like, hey, that could be him. That could be him. So when me and Wicked talked or whatnot, I said, hey, I stayed up looking because I said this person is just like, keep saying like he's hiding behind the emoji and find out the real secret. I'm like, what is going on? Is it, something that we don't know? So then when I seen the charge, no lie, when I seen the charge, I had to look at it 3 times. I kept looking at it. I'm like, hold on, what does this shit mean? Because when you see something and it has minor, you like, I'm like, no, maybe that's not him. Because I didn't want to believe that. Because I like the Gangsta's channel. And, he'll make me laugh. And I listen to his thoughts and, stuff on Erica and Crier. But my thing is, I always thought that he was kind of obsessed with it. Like, he was all, oh, that's my favorite YouTuber, y'all. And, I talked to Love by Erica, gave her some advice and, this and that. And then what got me is the one time he said he tried to look up Damian Cryer number and he said he wouldn't put it out, but he put it in the system or whatever. And he called, but he don't know if it was him or not. And then he said he hit up Damian in the DMs saying he'll pay whatever for a collab. And I just thought he just had like this, I know that's your, favorite YouTuber and all, but I felt like he was just like a little overboard with the obsession, And then when I seen that he's reaching out to Erica, I'm like, first of all, everybody like, why are you talking to Erica? Like, I know you probably want to give her advice or whatever, but most people will say, why don't you have your wife talk to her from a woman's perspective, And I didn't know they had this, behind the scenes type friendship or whatever. So now it makes sense to when he was doing videos, he never spoke negative on Erica. You realize that's how you know when someone is there, to find out something, right? So he never spoke bad on Erica, even though when Erica did some wrong things and, sometimes you just got to let people know, hey, I've been there, done that before. I'm just letting you know. It's not like Erica, I don't hate you at all. Like, girl, I watch your channel. And like I said, you hearted some of my comments. It's just that, people don't see if you speak positive, but if you get on them, they'll tune in. But sometimes people need to hear that because sometimes they may not see what they're doing on the net themselves. And then they're confused, like, well, why am I looking like this bad guy? But y'all don't know what I'm going through because I've been there. Like I said, it's like every time when you try to voice your opinion or whatever, it's a person that individual, the other individual, it's like they can manipulate like your family members or your friends or whatever to think that you just this person and it's not, but they don't know what you go through 24/8. But then they see just one side of the person like, well, why are you doing him like that? And why are you doing that? Like, I was there, so I know. I'm like, nobody is trying to fucking listen to me. Don't nobody believe me and all that. Yeah, that's why I'm like, y'all keep believing his ass if y'all want to. Keep believing it because I was there. So I was that person before. So it's just like sometimes, you just don't want to put it out to the public because then people have this perception of you, think you trying to destroy this person and all that. But really, you just like, hey, I'm just going to expose his real true colors that y'all don't fucking see. Take it how you fucking want it, but this is the best way I feel like I can get this out. But, anyways, then when he got with LaToya, and, they broke up, he reached out to LaToya. The next thing you know, they got an interview. And I'm like, good God, I said, why is it, everybody gonna start thinking, like, why is he always trying to go after the people Crier talk to? Like, it's gets kind of weird a little bit. Then after that, DJ. They got the interview with DJ. And it's like, is that your favorite YouTuber? So that's why Crier is like, am I your favorite YouTuber? Or are you out to try to, expose me in a kind of way? Have these women do these interviews and talk all kinds of shit about me or whatnot. So you remember when He stated he talked to Crier and that he came clean and was like, look, about the recordings, like, I thought if I told him about all the recordings that I knew she had, that we could form a friendship. And it's like, okay, you really think, because you got to think about Crier, like, hold on, so you knew these recordings and, I talked to you before and I shouted you out and you didn't think to tell me? If I'm your favorite YouTuber and all that, and you say you rock with me like that, why wouldn't you make me aware? Instead, let it happen, and then after the fact, tell me what's going on after the shit is out there. Crier's gonna be like, oh God, I can't, I don't want a friendship. Well, thank you for telling me, but now I don't know if I can trust you. You know what I'm saying? Because most people will give you the heads up. Hey, you might want to shut that shit down. She planning to do this. She planning to do that. Hey, man, I'm just letting you know in advance. You might want to give her a call and say, look, I'm telling you right now, this ain't no threat or whatever, but you already know what can go down, Erica. Stuff like that could be prevented. But hey, sometimes things need to happen for a reason, right? It's a good thing that she did. She shouldn't put out the recording with, you know, him talking about Damian Prince, because family is going to talk about family. Family is going to get into it. Next thing you know, they all hooked up like nothing ever happened. Family is dysfunctional. They are. But anyways, so it's kind of good that, the ovary shit and all that, because now, stuff came out and they broke up, and now Crier dodged a bullet, because now you find out that Creole Bay is not who she says she is. She got more lies than a little bit, then lied about it. Now we still don't know if that's true or not, but we just gonna say lied about her damn ovaries, up there hopping in, Chrysler 300s and 200s and getting busted down and all that. You know what I'm saying? Then, with this package deal thing that's going on, we don't know if that's true. But the way J. Michael is talking, like, hey, you know what you told me, and I only speak on the real. So if he only speak what's real, they never told no lie. Sorry, I had to blow out my damn vape. But speak the real, never told no lie. Then. And then why would you put why would you say something like that anyway? You could have said anything of the sort. But allegedly, they said proof has been sent. J. Michael said he got the papers. He got some type of proof, right? Anyways, so we skip on to that. But then it's just like, you get so, he was just so involved with what Crier had going on. And so then, like they say, you sitting up here exposing someone else, eventually someone is going to want to expose you. Like, okay, so you want to expose all these people, but what do you have that you're hiding? So, at the third interview, when he said, I'm not putting out this interview, it's going to it can make someone go into a depression or a suicide. But the point is, you done already put out two parts of it. You put out with, the clip of her saying, tell me you got another daddy, making her look like she is not the spiritual person that she says she is, right? Because you could tell, because she was kind of mouthy with Damien. Very mouthy, and had like a little smart ass mouth. So we know her mouth was fly when them cameras got cut off. But, and that's when, person came in my emails like, yeah, why he hide behind the emoji and all that. So it's like, okay, so not only, because think about one of two things. If he get that interview out, of course Creole Bay is going to be pissed. But then she'll be like, okay, this motherfucker, talking to my ex, got him exposed to me. What the fuck does he have? What the fuck are you hiding? So then when we talked on the phone, we was like, you think we should go live and talk about it, because we can't have that, that type of stuff going on. And then, he's all up in Crier's and in business, but you got stuff on your own that you might need to keep hush on it. Because you think about it, if no one spoke or these type of videos weren't done, then maybe no one would come and say, hey, here's his name. Look him up. Find out why he could show all his all his family members, but he won't show himself. Stuff like that. So she was like, well, we could go on my panel and, just talk about it. And then, I was like, yeah, and then maybe we could just have an after discussion on my panel, because we were just both trying to see if we, get some type of, not promotion, but like have some viewers, and then we both, just try to, have an audience for both of us to, just get ourselves up, succeed or whatever. And since, I'm not trying to put out nothing until I know that I have guaranteed facts, because just didn't want to put that out there and it not be true. But when her source sent her another picture and she sent it to me because I had sent her, the mug shot, it's just like, hold on, you know, the nose and the lips, because the lips were small. We just couldn't open the mouth to see the little gold thing or whatnot. So we went live and we talked about it and we just had a discussion. Now, I was supposed to go live after that because after I searched again, I had seen more charges, but that's the night I found out someone hacked my damn Facebook and all that, changed my password, email, all that shit. And I was just so upset trying to find out how I can, retrieve my password or whatever, or how I can get my account back, that I forgot to go live. So I eventually did it the next night. But, by then, everything was already out. But they're kind of saying that Wicked is the one that exposed, but me and her both had our sources, and I went digging, so we decided to put it, on her thing, because she has more, she has done lives more, and I'm not, used to doing lives, and I felt that, it would be better to go there because we can get people to see and get their opinions and all that. But that ties back into when I first started talking, that it has nothing to do with Erica. Nothing to do with Erica at all. I don't know if he's using Erica to sit up there and put out what he want to put out by saying, oh, she ruined me, she did this. No, it's people that probably know you out here, that seen your wife, then seen your kids, and like, I know who he is. I know who he is. That's so and so, or I went to school with so and so, or I used to work with so and so, or I used to be locked up with so and so, or I live 3 doors down from so. I mean, you just never know. Because my thing is, and then I'm gonna cut this off and do part two because I know it's like 30 minutes, and since I ain't uploaded. But the thing is, you gotta think about it. Erica's a cop, right? Or an ex cop or whatnot. So think about this. When you talk to Erica, and all those times you talked to Erica, right? When you went to Crier and told him about the recording she did, don't you think then Erica would have been made a community post or been made a video exposing you? I mean, you got to really think about that. Because she has cop ties, right? So she could easily, or have friends that still cops, or somewhere of any type of affiliate, to where she can say, hey, he's out here, I need you to do me a favor, because, just come up with something so she can get a background on you and then find that out. Don't you think that when this shit happened with the Latoya thing, like a couple months or a month or so ago, or don't you think maybe then she probably would have put a video out like exposing Gangsta Moji, or told you not to play with my top? How Erica could get gangsta a little bit. Don't you think she would have been made a video and did that? But no, she didn't, right? She didn't. So that lets you know that it's not Erica. Erica would have been, the way she will put you on blast. By the time she's fed up with you, when she gets fed up and she's like, I'm not holding this shit in no more. Motherfuckers keep testing me, they keep testing me, they keep testing me. Fuck it. I don't care what people think of me after this. But I'm just going to let this shit out and let this shit be. I bet you he'll shut the fuck up then. I bet you he'll shut the fuck up then. He'll leave me the fuck alone then. Right? So don't you think Erica would have been put this shit out? And then we would have been talking about it, like 2 months ago? And you would have been, I guess, making your exit off YouTube. I mean, if you have nothing to hide, you'll stand strong and be like, look, I told y'all what it was. It's not like that. You can look into the court docket, look it up and all that. And then when you find out the shit that ain't had nothing to do with the shit, leave me the fuck alone. Just leave me alone. Because people can lie on people. And the reason why I say that, because it's either or two things. But he ran from it instead of dealing with the situation and said Erica ruined him. If you felt Erica ruined you, then is that some truth to it? Because if you know it's not true, you'll be like, I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. I know what went down. And you know what? My real supporters still want to stick here, stick over some lie. Y'all want to leave over some lie, then go ahead. I know y'all won't rocking with me. But I can get my court and get my lawyer on the phone and, just sit like that and I can have y'all, and I can, record the conversation and ask him the questions and put it up on YouTube. And when you find out the truth, leave me the fuck alone. Right? But no, he ran from it. The reason why I said people can make up stuff is because I know someone who whose baby, well, know this woman, and she won't. You know how people, your baby daddy get with somebody else or whatnot, and they can't take it, then they just do shit out of spite or whatever. So I guess she found out that he was talking to somebody, or didn't want to mess with her no more because he was trying to settle down or whatnot. And so he went to go see his daughter or whatever. Next thing you know, he gets locked up because they said that he touched his child. All know it's a lie. People do shit out of spite. And another thing, when I went to school with this girl, we was in the ninth grade or whatever. The girl was 15. Well, she was fucking with this dude and he was 21, right? So what happened? The people I forgot the girl's his sister's names or whatnot. But anyway, she was fucking around with him. Her mama found out that she was, having sex, whooped their ass and all that. And then she said that he, raped her, took advantage of her. But really, she was sneaking out, seeing his ass and all that. And the sisters and them know it too. He got locked up for 15 years, right? So they ran her down after she got off that motherfucking bus. Because we seen that shit. As soon as she got off the bus, them girls came from around the house and beat the fuck out of her. You lied on my motherfucking brother. You knew you was fucking around with him, and you told your mama that motherfucking lie. Tell your mama the motherfucking truth and all that. Because she got in trouble and said he took advantage of her, but she was sneaking around, messing with him until she got caught. And then try to say he touched her. Or let's just talk about, back then stories. How many men got exonerated because these white women lied and said they got raped because they was ashamed that they messed with a black man and they got them locked up, but come to find out they innocent. Or just pointed out anyone they got locked up, and then years down the line they find evidence that it's not linked to that person. That's why I say it could be either or. But by you running away from a situation, it makes you look guilty.